My friends, today we're talking about the 4 very best crypto hardware wallets that money can buy to keep your crypto safe. The most important thing any cryptocurrency holder can do is get their crypto off of custodial services like exchanges, lending platforms, and more, especially in light of the billions of dollars worth of assets lost to these platforms just this year alone. So in this video, I'll share with you my top hardware wallet picks, give some advice for how to choose one, and then make the move off of custodial services like exchanges. Now, this list is in no particular order because all the wallets are ones that I've used and would also recommend, but the first one is from a lineup of wallets that are arguably the most ubiquitous, the most commonly seen, in the Ledger wallet family. More specifically, my first pick is the Ledger Nano S Plus, which to me is the perfect blend of all of the best features from all Ledger wallet models all in one package. First and foremost, the Ledger Nano S follows the same design language as all Ledger wallets. It's a plastic body with an LED screen and a metal outer hinge that swings closed to cover the plastic and the screen. It has a USB-C connection, which is the primary means by which you will interact with the wallet by connecting it to your computer with the included cable and linking it with the Ledger Live software on your desktop to manage your assets, sign transactions, etc. The Ledger Nano S also supports over 5,500 different crypto assets like ERC20 tokens, ETH, BTC, Cardano ADA, you name it. And it also has support for NFTs on the Ethereum network, so if you're an NFT holder, this might be the wallet for you. It also has very easy to connect features for your Ledger Nano S Plus for browser interfaces, things like MetaMask, so you can securely sign transactions to directly interact with decentralized applications on the web without having to hold your assets in a hot wallet in your browser. Now, the first question that might come to mind is why I'm not recommending the flagship Ledger Nano X, the most expensive wallet in the lineup from Ledger. And that's because I don't think it warrants the additional price tag compared to the Ledger Nano S Plus for most users. The Ledger Nano X and its draw is really because it's slightly bigger, has a slightly bigger screen, and it has Bluetooth, so you can connect your phone to the device, and the mobile app version of Ledger Live can be how you interact with the device. But that's, to many, more of a security risk than it is a benefit. So otherwise, the Ledger Nano S Plus has all the features of the Nano X, minus the Bluetooth feature, at a lower price tag of $79 US. So that would be my pick out of the Ledger lineup. You can check out the link in the description to pick up a Ledger Nano S Plus and snag a Black Friday discount if you're watching this while those sales are still running. And I'll mention those throughout the video. All the products that I mentioned in the video today are going to be linked in the description along with sale information if it's relevant. And next on my list is another one of those tried and true, always present wallets that gets brought up next to Ledger all the time, and that is the Trezor Model T. The Trezor Model T is the flagship product from Trezor, and it has all the boxes checked for a beginner or seasoned crypto holder to hold their crypto and use it in a hardware wallet. The device itself is made of a relatively durable plastic with a 1.5-inch color touchscreen on the front and a USB-C port for connecting to your computer. It has over 1,000 cryptocurrencies and way more than that now, I believe, that you can manage using the Trezor Suite application on your computer. Sounds similar to Ledger, because it is. And it too can connect to MetaMask and browser-based wallets like it, so you can sign transactions on the fly using popular decentralized applications like decentralized exchanges. In fact, I've used the Trezor Model T as my primary daily driver wallet connected to MetaMask for a while now, and it's been a great experience. Punching in my PIN code is super easy with the touchscreen, and verifying the details of what I'm signing is very smooth with the color touchscreen. At over $200 US, this wallet is certainly pricier than the equivalent device at Ledger, but it does pack a punch in features like the touchscreen that may tip the scales for you in terms of how easy it is to use and verify transactions. That Ledger screen is very small and use buttons instead of touch, so to each their own. The one thing I do also want to mention as a benefit of using Trezor is that it offers a lot of advanced features for users as they get more and more adept with their security setup. So it offers features like Shamir backups, passphrases, and more that'll level up your crypto security game as you become an advanced user. So if you are an advanced user, the Trezor might be more appealing for you than the Ledger Nano S Plus, which is better for beginners in my opinion. Next up is one that I've talked about quite a bit on my channel, but that doesn't get quite enough recognition around the community as I think it should, and that is the Keystone wallet. The Keystone has two major models, the Essential and the Pro. And I would recommend most people opt for the Pro model, but I'll share more detail there in a second so you can make your own choice. Let's first talk about the features that both models have, so what you get regardless of which one you buy. The Keystone wallet is unique in that it has the form factor of a smartphone, which I think really makes a difference in how easy it is to use, because everyone uses a smartphone, at least most people do. And when something is easy to use, it gets used. When something is complex or annoying to use, it gets left behind, people avoid using it. So the goal is to use your hardware wallet for everything you do in crypto so you have things done securely. So you want it to have minimal barriers for you to want to use it. So that's a big win for the Keystone. The main body of the device is a solid gray plastic with a removable battery pack that takes AA batteries, and it has a 4-inch touchscreen. The Keystone does not have direct input and outputs like USB-C because it communicates with your computer or your mobile device using an open source QR code format. So it communicates with pictures, basically, which in my opinion is a nice security feature because it eliminates one vector for exploitation in the form of USB. So the communication happens between devices with QR codes. And for those wondering, MetaMask does support this QR code standard as well, so you can use Keystone to interact with decentralized applications as well if you're a MetaMask user. The Keystone also supports a variety of coins, much like the other wallets listed today with over 5,500 assets supported. And I'll leave a link to the coin support list in case you want to see if your favorite coin is supported. So that'll be in the description along with the product links. But what sets the Keystone apart from the competition is twofold. First, for Bitcoin and Ethereum users, there are a plethora of advanced features in place for the users of those two chains. So dedicated firmware, dedicated setups for Ethereum and Bitcoin power users. And two, the way that Keystone displays requests for signature when using the device to sign a transaction makes it way easier to do the number one important task of verifying what you're signing before you sign it. Again, making it easy to check what you're signing means that users will be less likely to blind sign, which is one of the main ways that users of hardware wallets lose their funds. Because even though your private keys are on the device, if you sign a transaction that's malicious without checking it first, you'll lose your funds. Now, the difference between the Pro and Essential devices, as promised, is a subjective decision for you as to what's most useful. The Pro device comes with an enclosed battery pack and the AA battery pack, so you have two power options, sort of a closed battery pack and a AA one. And it also offers hardware security in the form of a self-destruct feature that will wipe the device if physical tampering, like trying to open the device body, occurs. So you have some physical security as well. Finally, the Pro model has a fingerprint sensor on the very back of the device to make it easier to unlock the device if you prefer not to use a PIN code. At $169 the Pro model might be worth the extra cash for those features compared to the Essential model that cost $119. Both of them are going to serve you well, so you really just have to decide whether the additional Pro features warrant the extra $50 for you or whether it's not that important and you just go with the Essential. Again, the link to the wallet's in the description, and you can get access to a Black Friday sale that takes 30% off your order for the next week or so. So if you're watching the day this video drops, you probably have at least a few days left to get that sale. That said, it's definitely worth subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell notification button so you get a heads up when I post new videos, because those who watch early will get a heads up on all these sales in the future before they expire, because I often share them on the videos that I post so that everyone can have a hardware wallet. It's very important. Now, the final wallet on my list here is one that's a little bit more niche than the aforementioned wallets, but it's one that warrants a recommendation nonetheless because it's a truly well-made product. In fact, it's one of my favorites that I've ever used. If you're a Bitcoin-only type of person, or the majority of your holdings are denominated in BTC, the ColdCard is the wallet for you. It is the undisputed champ for Bitcoin hardware wallets, with top-tier security and an easy-to-use package. The device itself looks like a funky little calculator, actually, with a clear plastic body that serves as a sort of shield for the screen and black numbered buttons, and then the small OLED screen at the top is what you use for the general display. The Mark IV version of the device has a USB-C port on board to optionally connect to your computer, but there are ways to operate it without connecting to your computer. Inside that same Mark IV version of the device features a dual secure element that physically stores those precious private keys that you use to sign transactions, and it also offers an NFC chip for quick connectivity to one's mobile device as well. Now, it seems like every iteration of this wallet gets better and better and better, and that alone is a testament to how passionate CoinKite, the company who makes this device, really is about building the best Bitcoin hardware wallet. So the latest Mark IV version of the ColdCard is on offer right now for $118, but it usually runs closer to $150 US. So for Bitcoin focused users, it's a no-brainer. The decision's easy. If you're Bitcoin only or Bitcoin heavy, this is the wallet for you, and I would buy it every day of the week. And yes, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, just get a ColdCard. And so for those of you who are on this video because you're brand new to hardware wallets and you're really worried about exchanges and you want to move that money off of exchanges and into your hardware wallet where it can be safely managed, here's a little bit of a crash course on how you can start getting crypto off of exchanges. And this is a crash course, not a full guide, but it should help you get started. The most common misconception about hardware wallets is something that I think makes it tough to understand what's going on when using them, is that many people think the cryptocurrencies themselves, the units, are somehow magically transported onto the device like a goblin bank in Harry Potter. But that's not the case. What's stored on the hardware wallet is the cryptographic keys, or private keys, that are the sole means by which to authorize or sign a transaction for the transfer of cryptocurrencies that you own. Your private keys denominate your ownership of the cryptocurrency. So in other words, your private keys are what give you the exclusive rights of ownership and transferability of those assets, but the assets still live on the blockchain ledger. If we take Bitcoin as an example, your Bitcoin is accounted for on the Bitcoin blockchain, but the private keys that let you sign transactions for that Bitcoin you own are what's stored on your wallet. Does it make sense? That's where the adage, not your keys, not your crypto, comes from. It refers to this idea that if exchanges hold your private keys to sign transactions on your behalf, then you don't really have control of your cryptocurrency. So, a hardware wallet lets you take control of those private keys, and that's what we mean by self-custody. You are the custodian of your private keys to spend your cryptocurrencies. In fact, the address or addresses that you use to send cryptocurrencies to, kind of like your username in this space, it's those long alphanumeric strings, those are mathematically derived from your private key. So they're unique to you and you alone. So armed with all this knowledge now about what hardware wallets are and where these things come from, the process by which you'd move cryptocurrencies from some external service to your own hardware wallet is really straightforward. You log into your exchange, for example. You will select the send option to send your cryptocurrency. Then you'll copy the address for your hardware wallet for the correct cryptocurrency. So if you want Ether, pick an Ethereum address. Double checking that you're selecting the address for the correct blockchain is very important. Then you paste that address into the transaction send field, or the to field in your exchange. And from there, you can send a small test transaction if you're sending a larger amount. And you can also just send the full amount if you know that you know what you're doing. The last point I want to make here, though, is that each wallet is going to have a different mechanism for retrieving the address to which you will send cryptocurrency from your exchange, or basically how to find that address for the correct cryptocurrency to paste in the to line of that transaction. On Ledger wallets, using Ledger Live, for example, you're going to connect your Ledger wallet to the computer, open the app on your Nano device, then select Receive, which lets you copy an address for, say, Ethereum. Each wallet's going to have a similar flow for each cryptocurrency that you want to receive, and each wallet provider is going to have detailed docs on how to do this. So I'll link whatever I can find in terms of documentation in the description, just so that you have a reference point to work from. If you have any questions about wallets or the processes of using them, or you want detailed guides for each type of wallet, please leave a comment in the comments section, and I'll do my best to get to as many of these as I can. And with that, I want to point you to another really important crypto security topic, which is how to secure your general technology footprint against hackers who want to steal your assets. Because look, if your email gets hacked, your exchanges are at risk. So I'll link a video up here for you to achieve security best practices in general. But most of all, I want to thank you so much for watching. And until next time, cheers.